My name is Matt Wong. I'm the owner and managing director of iFly Indoor Skydiving New Zealand Limited. My career path has been interesting, and a lot of people that end up in tourism don't actually start in tourism. So I studied zoology and ecology. I spent a bit of time over in the United States working with migratory birds of prey. I came back to New Zealand and I started raising kiwi and hatching kiwi. And then I jumped out of conservation work and I fell somehow into Queenstown tourism industry. I was frontline on the Eyesight Visitors Centre. And when you're in sort of that agency role on the front line selling thousands and thousands of different products all around the country, you learn a huge amount about how operators work, how visitors work, what they look for, and it's a really quick education. From there, I took over the management and I started managing the Eyesight Visitors Centre. Then I jumped into travel agencies at the same time, so I was managing outbound travel agencies as well as eyesight. Then I moved into helicopters and I started managing a helicopter operation. Then I jumped into iFly, and the reason I did that was because I wanted to scare myself a little bit, to challenge myself to see if I could actually start up a business from scratch and launch it and make it a success. What I love most about the tourism industry is the people. He a te mea nui o te ao. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. It's all about the people. And when you get into tourism, every day you should come into work and you should have the hairs on the back of your neck just raising every time. And it's little moments of brilliance that you just see, whether it's in your staff or it's in the customers. There's a misconception that we are sort of the startup industry for your career. I've been in tourism for 20 years now, and in that time I have done far more things than anyone that has studied an industry and stayed in that industry and stayed in that same career just for the pay. We don't necessarily do it for the pay. That is an outcome of what we achieve in our personal careers. Now I'm the owner of iFly Indoor Skydiving New Zealand, and I started out 20 years ago on the front line as a tourism agent selling product. So if I can do it, and there's nothing special about me, I'm certainly not that intelligent, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Buying a business that I used to be the manager of came with some positive attributes. I'd already known exactly what the business was beforehand, and I'd actually started it up in 2018. So I launched the business, we'd discovered all the skeletons, I guess, in the closet, and we'd fixed everything, and we went through that whole forming, storming, norming, performing phase of a startup. So we learned a lot. But at the same time, what we ended up doing was making improvements and getting better and better as we went. So when I had the opportunity to buy the business, it was a no-brainer for me. Rather than buying a business that you have no idea about, so you only see what the vendor wants you to see, whereas in this case, I was the vendor as well to an extent. What's next for iFly and the business, and certainly for myself? We're doing a lot of projections of where we want to go to next. I guess in the next 12 months we've still got a lot of challenges ahead of us, and so it's about getting through the next year, stabilising the ship and then growing from there. If we can start growing opportunities, I want to take the team with me. So it's not just me and my business, it's actually my team. They come with me as well. The tourism industry is not just one thing. It's so diverse that you can have an interest in engineering or film or any other variety of industries that you thought existed. They will be touched by tourism somewhere. And so tourism opens doors to a whole heap of opportunities. You could say you're in tourism, but really you're skilled at filming, for example. And you could be working on a Hollywood blockbuster movie, but you're still working in tourism. Tourism opens doors.